All right, in this video, let's take a look at measurement, area and perimeter of composite shapes. So I can find the perimeter of a shape and find the area of a shape. And not just of a shape, but of any shape. So the essential question here is, what shapes can I break a composite into? A composite figure is just a figure that is created by putting shapes together. So here's our first example. It says, Melissa wants to carpet her living and dining room. How many square feet of carpeting does she need to do this? What is the perimeter of the figure? So here are some steps. It says, break the composite into smaller basic figures. Divide the figure into basic shapes. Find the dimensions of each. Find the area of each. And then we add the areas. So we can go ahead and, if I connect from this 18-foot side to this angle right here, now I have just two rectangles. And I will go ahead and find the area of each of these rectangles. Let's go ahead and let's see, this first one on top, this guy right here, has dimensions 11 feet by 6 feet. So we know the area of that top rectangle is 6 times 11, or 66 feet squared. Area is always units squared. And then the area of the bottom rectangle, well, we've got to figure out what this side length is. Now this is not drawn to shape. If they're saying that this is 6, then this piece here is going to be 12. And then the base of the rectangle is 21. So the area of this bottom rectangle, 12 times 21, and if I go to a calculator real quick, that's going to give me 252 feet squared. If I add these together, 66 plus 252, that's going to give me 318 total feet. So my total area is 66 plus 252, which equals 318 feet squared. If I want to find the perimeter of this shape, I just need to add up all the sides. So we've got to first identify all the sides. Okay, the whole side, the whole horizontal base is 21. If this is 11 here, that's going to make this piece 10. 21 minus 11 is 10. The sum of these two will add to this. And we know that this side is 12 because it is opposite this 12 here. So let's just make sure we have every side covered. Okay, we've got 6, 10, 12, 21. This piece is 18 and 11. If we add those up, we'll have the perimeter. So 6 plus 10 plus 12 plus 21 plus 18 plus 11 plus 6. Let's go to our calculator. And I'm getting a perimeter of, let me just double check. How about 78? And I think, you know what? I think I counted that 6 twice. That's why my calculations were a little bit off. 78 feet. Don't double count anything like I just did. All right, let's take a look at the next example. Find the area of the figure. All right, so let's cut this into some more familiar shapes. I'm going to go ahead and let's see, how about we draw this straight down? and make a nice big rectangle here. This will be our first shape. And area of a rectangle is just length times width, so that's going to be 5 times 14. And if I multiply those together, that's going to give me 70. Okay, and now let's see, I can also, well, let's make a rectangle right here, and I'll make that in purple. Okay, so we know that the length of this rectangle is 10. We need to find the height of this rectangle. All right, so if the whole thing is 14 and this section here is 8, that means this piece right here is going to be 6, because 6 plus 8 is equal to 14. Now I can figure out the area of this guy. So this is my second rectangle, and that is length times width, so 10 times 6, and that guy is 60. And the last figure I've got, I'm going to go ahead and just use this as a triangle, and the area of that shape, 1/2 base times height. Okay, so let's see if I can figure out the base here. This piece right here. If the whole side length is 21, and I'm going to say from here to here is 5, because that's what this piece is, and from here to here is 10, because that's what this piece is. So that gives me a total of 15, and we said that this whole thing is 21. Well, 21 minus 15, that should be 6, because 6 plus 15 is 21. All right, so I have the base of my triangle. The height of my triangle is the same as this guy here, so this is also 6 units. So 1/2, 6 times 6, half of 36 is 18. If I add these three figures up, 70 plus 60 plus 18, that gives me 148 inches squared. In example 3, it says the diagram shows the plan for a window being installed in Mindy's living room. What is the area of the windows of Mindy's window? Okay, so what we've got here is a semicircle on the top. So we're going to calculate the area of a semicircle. And that is, well, the area of a circle is pi r squared, but a semicircle is half of that. So we're going to divide by 2. All right, so r is our radius, so we've got to figure out what the radius is. All right, we know that the whole thing across is 40. Well, that would be the diameter. So half of that is 20. My radius is 20. So the area would be pi times 20 squared divided by 2. That's the area of the semicircle. Okay, so 20 squared is 400, divided by 2 is 200, so that's 200 pi units, inches squared. I'll go ahead and put the units on. And now we just have a rectangle at the bottom. Actually, it's a square because these two are the same. And so area of a square is just side squared. And each side is 40, so 40 squared is what, 1600? 4 times 4 is 16, and add on a couple of zeros. And so when we add these up, 200 pi plus 1600 is an exact answer. If we wanted to approximate a decimal, let me see what that would be. Approximately 2,228.32 inches squared.